Hello guys, this is fairbinaryoptions.com and we're looking at the Great Britain Pound US dollar. Like the name of this analysis suggests, the Great Britain Pound US dollar looks bullish on higher time frame. Now take a look at this time frame. This is a daily chart. And while of course you're not trading binary options based on the daily chart, except you are having a quite a big expiration date, we are not looking at quite that big of an expiration date. But the move from the 146, 148 area here all the way to the upside to almost 170, basically 169.93. Let's take a look at the highs there. So what the highs, it's 169.96. Now that move is quite impressive. Let's say not to be taken into consideration. I would say that from the lows, from these lows here, and so from these lows and to these highs here, I would say we have an impulsive move. I know you might argue with me, or the ones familiar with Elliott Wave's theory might argue with me, but I would say that this is an impulsive move, and this impulsive move ended. So that took from here all the way up to here, and take a look how price reacted at this level that was acting as a resistance every time it has been tested by market. So this is the, let's say, the first time price goes into the 162.50 area, rejected, so acted as a resistance, failed, then acted again as a resistance, failed, then acted again as a resistance. Not only that it failed, but price went and go and make a new low here, and then just like that goes and makes, some said that moment of time, double top. I don't really believe in double tops, but from this moment of time, where I would say, from my point of view, only a first wave of a bigger degree ended here, whatever the degree is, but anyways it needs to be a bigger degree, something like this. It goes and forms an A, B, C, from my point of view, a flat. Now this flat pattern here to the downside is quite an interesting one, because whenever you see such a situation after an impulsive move and all the waves that follow are corrective, so here to the upside, this is no impulsive move, these are only corrective waves, all the waves here that are following are corrective, I would say that we have a chance for price to actually form possible zigzag to the upside in the form of an A, B, C, like this, a corrective wave, and our second wave here to end all the way to the upside. You might ask, all right, what kind of a second wave is this that ends with highs above the highs in previous first wave? Well, this is being called a complex corrective wave, double three running. It is being formed out of three different corrective waves. One that goes against the previous trend, the first correction here. Let me make it like this. One that goes against the previous trend. The other one that goes against the previous trend, but this is being called a running variation of a contracting triangle. A, B, C, D, and probably the E wave here, or after this moment of time, A, B, C, making a D, and then E, and then to move higher. So from this moment of time to start the second correction, and of course what's in between can only be a zigzag from my point of view. This one here, let me make it of a different color, like this, and this is, so three corrective waves. You may look at those moves as you want, but those are not impulsive moves. So three corrective waves, the first correction, X wave, the second correction to follow. Usually the second correction goes in the form of a contracting triangle. In this case it is a running variation of a contracting triangle, and I would say that by the time this one ends, let's say the US dollar bulls will have a surprise. So here look at price acting as resistance, 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 resistance. Well, resistance broken. Now take a look what price does now. Every time comes into the 62.50 area again. Support, a nice place to go long. Support, rejected aggressively, and then price explodes to the upside, and so on. As a consequence, what I would like to do next week, or starting with next week, this is 68.08 for the Great Britain pound US dollar. I would like to go and buy call options, targeting basically the 170 level. Yet again, I would say that we are witnessing here a possible running variation of a contracting triangle that goes like this. And we need to go a new high here, so this would be my target in terms of the regular spot market. But when you trade binary options, you should not look at let's say hundreds and hundreds of pips, but only if market goes in your favor with 1 pip and that option would expire in the money. Thank you very much for being here. This is fairbinaryoptions.com. Let's write on the screen the outcome here. So buying or looking to buy call options on Monday's opening, let me make it a bit smaller here, on Monday's opening with end of week expiration date. Thank you very much for being here. This is fairbinaryoptions.com, and all these analyses and recommendations are possible due to the help of our sponsor Lionite. So make sure you check lionite.com, and for educational materials make sure you check fairbinaryoptions.com with the Binary Options Academy project. Bye bye.